The GPS method for citizenship. Sometimes you study for the civics test for many hours, but the next day you don't remember the answers. You feel like you wasted your time. How can you remember answers? In this video, I will show you a method that I use to remember all the answers to the civics test. I call this method the GPS method for citizenship. This method works like a GPS because you don't just study random questions, but you study questions that are related to one another. So you have a map with a clear starting point and a good idea of where you are going. Why does it work? The method works because your brain easily makes the connections between the questions. This helps you remember the answers for a long time. This video is about the Constitution of the United States. This is a difficult topic for many people, but with the GPS method, you will learn and remember easily the answers. At the end of this video, I will ask you one question. I am sure that at least 95% of people watching this video will give the correct answer because they followed the method. Okay, let's get started. The Constitution is a document that explains how the government of the United States works. For example, the Constitution says that the government of the United States must be divided into 3 parts. We say that the Constitution defines the government. This is question 2. You don't have to memorize the question number. I am saying the question number here so that you can easily find the questions if you want. A list of all the questions we use in this video can be found by clicking on the link in the description box below this video. The Constitution was written in 1787. This was after the United States declared its independence. This is question 66. Okay, before we continue with the questions in this video, please make sure that you like the video so that YouTube can recommend it to many applicants like you. Also, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click on the icon that looks like a bell. After doing that, you will always be notified when a new post comes out. This is very important. Thank you. In the Constitution, there is a list of many things that people living in the United States can do or cannot do. Any law that is voted in the United States must not be against the Constitution. The Constitution is like an apple tree, and all the laws in the United States are the fruits or the apples. The Constitution is the #1 law in America. That is why we say that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. This is question 1. When a law is voted in the United States, the judicial branch of the government, also called the courts, reviews the law to make sure that it is not against the Constitution. This means that the law must look like an apple. This is question 37. The judicial branch reviews laws. To write the Constitution, the original colonies organized a meeting. Representatives of each original colony came to this meeting to discuss what they were going to write in the Constitution. This meeting was called the Constitutional Convention? This is question 65. The Constitution was written at the Constitutional Convention. The oldest person at the Constitutional Convention was Benjamin Franklin. Many people know him because of that. That is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for. This is question 68. Benjamin Franklin was the oldest member of the Constitutional Convention. The person who is on the $100 bill is Benjamin Franklin. And you know that the $100 bill is the highest bill we use every day. The people who wrote the Constitution wanted the American people to choose their own government. This is explained in the first 3 words of the Constitution. We the people. This is question 3. The first 3 words of the Constitution are we the people. Click on the link that is showing now on your screen to watch part 1 of this video. The leader at the Constitutional Convention was a man named George Washington. George Washington later became the first president of the United States. This is question 70. George Washington was the first president of the United States. George Washington worked a lot for this country to become independent. That is one reason he is called the father of our country. This is question 69. George Washington is the father of our country. The name of the capital of the United States is the last name of George Washington. The capital is Washington, D.C., or Washington, District of Columbia. This is question 94. The capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. In 1787, the state of New York was not sure if they wanted to support the Constitution of the United States. Then 3 people who supported the Constitution began writing letters to many newspapers in the state of New York. These people were explaining why the state of New York should support the Constitution. The letters were called the Federalist Papers. At that time, residents of the state of New York did not know who was writing these letters, because at the end of the letters, they only wrote the word Publius. We later discovered that John Jay was one of the writers. This is question 67. One of the writers of the Federalist Papers was John Jay. The Constitution of the United States is not a perfect document. Over the years, some laws in the Constitution have been modified or added to make the lives of people living in the United States better. When we change or add something to the Constitution, we call that an amendment. This is question 4. An amendment is a change to the Constitution. The Constitution of the United States has exactly 27 amendments. This is question 7. The Constitution has 27 amendments. The first 10 amendments talk about the rights and freedoms of each person living in the United States. That is why the first 10 amendments to the Constitution are called the Bill of Rights? This is question 5. The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. For example, in the First Amendment, there are 5 rights or freedoms. One of these freedoms is freedom of religion. This is question 6. Religion is one right or freedom from the First Amendment. Maybe you are asking yourself, what is freedom of religion? Well, freedom of religion means that any person living in the United States is free to choose any religion they want, or not choose a religion at all. This is question 10. Freedom of religion means you can practice any religion or not practice a religion. Now, I want to make sure that you are following this video. Answer the question. Who was the first president? Write your answer in the comments section below this video. Thank you.